each other. That comes with the territory. The question is whether you take the risk and talk to us, or you can run away and bask in the dark. Your choice.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome back to Let's Play Starfield. I'm 7foot Dust Bunny, and today we're still on Indom 2. We've just sort of got back in the ship from our little exploits discovering the Pilgrim, and yeah, I'm still wondering who the Pilgrim is, or if we're ever going to find that out. Whether I'm assuming they lived quite a long time ago. How long does Starborn live? You know, I'm not quite sure if this gave me a vast amount of answers. We obviously know a little bit more about the Unity. It seems to be a center which they go to, and it's almost like the center of, I guess, a multiverse, given that he talks about passing through it multiple times and into new worlds. So I'm feeling multiverse here, but I'm not sure who it is. But we have to go to Hyla 2, where hopefully we might be able to confirm, or at least unconfirm, some of these answers. I think is it Hyla 2? Yes. We're on Indom 2. Now we need to go to Hyla 2 to find the Scorpion Sting. So let's set course.
Landing now.
And it looks kind of odd. This is one of the odd things about Starfield with the map generation. You have some rare ruins that, what the hell was that running up towards me outside? You have some rare ruins that apparently no one's ever found or understood what they were, yet there's a mining outpost about 200 yards away. Not probably the best with map generation at
Captain,
some points.
Do you require my assistance?
So why am I parking so far away from everything? Okay. So it's just over here. Okay. I don't know why we couldn't park there. Oh, we're in a landing area. For some reason we haven't landed at the actual ruins. Can we land at the ruins? Oh yes, we can. Oh, my ship's over there, isn't it? Yes. Oh, balls. But at least we got over here with relative ease. Now, are you guys... No, you guys are not hostile. You're green. So that's kind of good. Ooh, mineable silver. That would be nice. Oh, balls. I meant to bring Barrett with me actually for this. So I'm going to go back and grab him a second. And, because I think Barrett might be interested in this. Barrett's got Starborn sort of stuff going on as well. So I'm thinking he might be the man to bring.
Space is so hostile to humanity already. And you made it just a little bit safer for everybody. No matter what you could have done differently, this will impact a lot of lives eventually. We'll have to mark it in the Constellation history books so we don't forget it when the Turamorphs are finally gone.
Yeah, okay. That's nice. I wasn't actually planning on having a conversation about this. I was going to ask if you wanted to go and look at the Starborn stuff I seem to have found. But honestly, given everything, I didn't do it to be remembered. You know, I don't really care if I'm remembered or not.
So humble, too. People love that. Squeak! Balancing risk versus reward is tricky. Even more so when so much hangs in the balance. So, you really think the Aceles are going to work out, huh? You must have seen some data that I didn't.
Yeah, The Asilies are awesome. And safer too. And we can eat them. And we can shoot them. And lots of good things like that.
They're reliable is, I think, what you're trying to say. And yeah, I get where you're coming from. By sealing the Lazarus plant away instead of destroying it, I'm worried we've made things riskier.
To be honest, yeah, you better not be questioning my decisions, bitch. But to be honest, he already said he'd synthesized the pollen. So what's the point? I mean, sealing away the Lazarus plant was the wise decision. We at least can study it in the future.
Maybe we can study it, fair. But it will take a long time to get any actionable results.
Yeah, well, that's science, my man.
Hey, Dusty. If you're ever thinking to yourself, I could really listen to Barrett's dulcet voice right now, then instead of dreaming about me, stop by and say hello, okay?
Okay.
Well, if it isn't our own ranger. I hope you're not taking the job permanently.
Okay, you've got a lot to say today, haven't you? It's an honor to wear the badge, especially the way you're doing it. You're going to give me a counteroffer. Yeah, you're going to give me a counteroffer?
There's a lot less paperwork in Constellation. And the benefits are pretty good, too.
I can do both. Look, it's an honor to wear the badge.
A badge is just a symbol, a promise, a hope. You don't have to wear the object to be true to those goals. Anyway, I'm just glad Ron Hope is gone.
Look, it is, but it's a symbol, and I'm trying to bring hope, and that was the aim with doing both the Terramorphs and the Ranger thing. I couldn't accept his blood money. He was an incredible entrepreneur, but he couldn't come back for what he did.
Maybe he could have been rehabilitated. Maybe.
Maybe.
But I just can't see that happening. And even if so, he couldn't remain in power over those people. Not after all that blood. It was a hard choice that you made, but I'm proud of you, Captain.
Well, I wasn't going to take his money.
So Ellie contacted me about the case.
Alright. Christ, are we ever going to get to this Starborn thing? Look, yes, what's going on with the case then? How's it going?
Same. I was beginning to get worried since we hadn't heard from her. But that's interstellar communication for you. Anyway, we have a verdict.
Really?
Durbin's record will be expunged on account of his death occurring before the trial ended. It's a technical victory, but we'll take it. We can't change the system that made this happen. But I'm glad we tried.
Yeah, did we manage to get anything on Hephaestus, though? I mean, congratulations to our lawyer, indeed. How are you feeling about it?
Relieved. This was always in the back of my mind. Always there when I fell asleep and when I woke up. And I would mask it as much as I could. Hide the sorrow with my wit, hide the anxiety with my charm. The grief will always be there. But it's something I feel I can move past now.
Well, congratulations to our lawyer. I've forgotten her name. But congratulations to her, too.
Already did, of course. And a third of the settlement. Just made sense considering how much she did for us. And speaking of the settlement, I divided it into equal portions for me, you, Ellie, and expenses. Here's your share. And I sold the apartment. So here's the bonus from that after taxes. I gave my portion to Ellie so she could fund other cases. So there it is. I guess it's over.
Can she have my portion, too? Yeah, what about Hephaestus?
Until somebody changes the laws there, this will be just a bump in the road for them.
Yeah.
Ellie is going to keep digging into them, and now that she's seen this tactic, she may be able to find a pattern.
Yeah, well, she can have the money from me. It'll be fine. And Helgi?
Ellie tried to convince the judge to dismiss Helgi's conviction from years ago as well, but the judge didn't think that was warranted. Helgi was having a rough time. We tried, but he didn't make it easy. Also, well, so I gave Helgi a bit of money. Enough to leave Gagarin if he wanted, just in case.
That's fine. Again, he can have some wine. Okay, well, case closed, I guess.
There it is. I guess I needed to actually hear someone say it. Case closed. Whew. Finally. You had your doubts, but you encouraged me to continue looking into Irvin's situation. I don't think I would have ever done that alone. Thanks, Captain.
You're welcome. I'm sure you could have done it by yourself. It would have been fine.
Ah, see? We had this conversation a long time ago when you said you only trusted yourself. But I couldn't have gotten here to this exact point in my life if I didn't trust you anyway. I definitely wouldn't have gotten my power with you by my side if I didn't trust you. Don't tell the others. But I was having a hard time focusing because of all this trial stuff. So thank you for helping with that.
You're welcome. Your secret's always safe with me, my man.
As close as we've gotten? I believe that. Usually Vasco's the only one I trust. Granted, he's programmed not to blab. With you, no special protocols required. Anyway, I'm just glad we got everything settled with Irvin's case. It was just one loose end in a universe full of them. But I'm glad it's tied.
Yeah, no worries. Can we make a move now?
I want to hear one of my stories? Or do you have one to tell me?
Are you ready to head out?
Am I ready to hop into a ship and explore the galaxy with you? More like, are you ready? Ha ha! Let's go.
I hate to say it, you're already in a ship exploring the galaxy with me. I have more like, do you want to go down to that Starborn place and have a look? Okay. So, that took a bit of effort. After that mild distraction of Barrett telling us everything that's going on at the moment, hopefully these guys are still... You guys aren't hostile.
Those
You
are
look
Starborn
hostile.
ruins. You see that, right? We have to get a close-up of that statue.
Yes,
Wow.
that is why I came back and got you. Because Starborn stuff. You got like power thing? Or have you got a power? I don't remember. Did we get you a power? I don't remember going get power with you. You said about having a power. Did we get power with you? I'm just gonna... I don't think we got a power. If you got a power, you spoke like you had a power. Are you sure you guys are friendly? Okay. Acting with almost reverence. Ooh, there's like a control panel here. So, what do we have? We have like a constellation and serpent's sting? Is the quest called? Serpent's tail? Something like that? So I'm thinking tail? Do we... So, there's like a weird glowy bit right here as well. It's misty. Okay, so what do the buttons do? No, doesn't seem to do anything. Oh, okay, it moves the light. Okay. Okay, so let's move it towards the tail. And there we go. Go to the last star of the constellation of Scorpio. Or Scorpius, sorry. Which, I guess the book could have just told us without needing this, funky statue. You're telling me no one in the, like, other buildings, like, 750 meters away, a click away, no one's ever noticed this place? I don't buy it. Someone must have noticed the big glowy beam. There should be scientists here. Ooh, Fortune's Glory. I don't know why. I just had a feeling this is, you know, this is Bethesda RPG. There should be something behind the statue, behind the waterfall, you know. You should always look behind the thing. Look behind the curtain, there might be something there. So, nothing else here? No, apparently not. These guys are still friendly, they're not hostile, right? No, okay, good. No kidding. They almost look like they're sort of treating me with reverence. Is that because the pilgrim had like a power over them or something? Seems very strange. Anywho, back to the ship and onwards, I guess.
Exhilarating, isn't it?
To where? Yes, to the last star of the Scorpius constellation. Not sure where that is, but we're going to go there. Okay, apparently that's out on Oberon Prime. Not actually that far from where my outposts are. So, let's head there. Ooh, hello.
You found me. I knew I made the right choice in letting you go.
Okay, so I found you after reading the Pilgrim's writings. Are you the Pilgrim? And did you then end up going back the other way and hating people? Or having disdain for them, hence you became the hunter? What do you mean?
Oh, please. Did you think I couldn't have found you again? Extinguished that little spark of competition for the artifacts before it grew stronger. I wanted to see what you would do. And I haven't been disappointed.
See, that makes you sound like the Pilgrim. Well, Keeper Aquilus sort of pointed me on this path to find the proper meaning of unity.
He did.
You know who he is.
Now it's all starting to make sense. You should come aboard. There's another Starborn here who is very interested in meeting you.
I can speak for myself. Constellation ship, you weren't invited to this meeting, but much of our conversation has been about you. It's only fitting you should join us. I will personally guarantee your safety as long as you come in peace.
And think of it as a ceasefire meeting. Your one shot at getting those answers you must desperately want.
So he understood who Aquilus was. So this is not the first time he's encountered Aquilus. And now we have someone called the Emissary. I have no reason to trust any of you.
I told you I would leave you alone, and I did. Don't make me regret that decision.
You killed one of their own. They have good reason to feel threatened.
All of us should feel threatened by each other. That comes with the territory. The question is, whether you take the risk and talk to us, or you can run away and bask in the dark. Your choice.
Okay, so he's clearly talking about finding some enlightenment from doing this. And the Emissary clearly understands why we wouldn't trust him. Right, well we're docked, we're ready to join. Though it did say retrieve waiting followers, so I was hoping Barrett would come with me, but I'm not sure he's going to. I'm not sure he's invited. I guess not. Okay. Nice ship. Nice digs. Kind of Spartan.
Hello. Again. You remember the Emissary, perhaps? And their ship, the Helix? I believe they ambushed you above Neon and demanded that artifact you worked so hard to gain.
Thank you for the stellar introduction. Your success is unprecedented. Before you came, we were just discussing how continued use of force against you is unwise.
I can tell you that it is. All I ever wanted to do was talk, but you're the ones who elected to attack us.
Yes, we did. We are not a monolithic people. The Starborn are individuals. Some are united in cause. Others are in it for themselves.
We are all in it for ourselves. Some of us are just more honest. The emissary threatened your ship, demanded you hand over your artifact. How is that so different from what I did?
We needed to warn you off. Every encounter with one of our kind could spell disaster.
Why?
For whom, exactly? I say whoever can collect them should.
Yeah, I don't get why it could spell disaster. What are we talking about here? What do the artifacts do? You know, you talk about the Unity. I mean, at the moment, nothing you're talking about is justifying murder. Unless the stakes are really that high.
And who gets to say that? You? Me? The emissary? I have debated morality for near infinity, and all I have found are groups of people enforcing their will on others. Rules and laws spoken as principles, but backed by arms and violence.
True.
Enough. We have more to discuss. The Unity. You are on the path to it. It is a place, a gateway. It is where we were reborn.
You've really come a long way since the Welcome to Constellation speech, haven't you?
Whoa. Okay. I saw you die. You're not my Sarah, are you?
I'm not who you think I am. This universe is only the first one you've been to. I've seen hundreds. Where I came from, I was the one who stayed at the lodge to protect the artifacts. You died on board the Eye while we held off the Hunter.
One of me, at least.
I collected the remaining artifacts, and they opened the way to the center of my universe, and the doorway to an infinite number of others. That is the Unity. When I stepped into it, I became a Starborn. It's how I've entered other worlds, including yours.
Well, hang on a minute. Look, I'll get to the Unity in a minute. But you knew this was going to happen. And you knew that previously you'd stayed at the lodge and defended it. So why didn't you, us being your friends, go to the Eye, introduce yourself as friendly, and try and help? Why didn't you just try and help us from the start? You're clearly Sarah, you've been to the Unity. Why is it so dangerous for us to be doing the same thing? We're basically doing what you've done in another universe. Did it end badly? You know, both of you are trying to... Hang on. So this Unity is where the artifacts and temples are from?
They are all connected.
Right, and both of you are trying to keep us from it.
I have to. This is bigger than all of us.
Why?
All the artifacts are needed to complete the armillary and open the way to the Unity. In every universe, the Starborn fight over them. Innocent people die. You've witnessed the power granted by the temples, the anarchy that can be unleashed. Someone has to decide who should get them.
Here it comes. The emissary tells you only the worthy should enter heaven.
You're twisting what I mean.
They're hypocrites. They use the chaos caused by the hunt for the artifacts to establish an order where they decide who's worthy. I attacked your lodge because I wanted the artifacts, and you held me off. You got away. That wasn't some morality play. You didn't survive because of righteousness. You won because of persistence, luck, and skill. As I have done countless times.
I was also human once. But what does it matter who or what I was when eternity is within your grasp?
I'm glad it says Keeper Aquilus, because I barely recognize him as Keeper Aquilus. But I don't get this. Both of you are saying, you're saying that people die because the Starborn fight over it, but that's already happening. People are already dying, so you've already failed. Keeping other people from it now doesn't seem to make it better. This must be going on in other universes based on what you're saying, so your argument is just meaningless. This is bollocks, to be quite fair. I mean, you appear to be Keeper Aquilus, but are you the Pilgrim? And is the Keeper Aquilus in New Atlantis? Is he a bloody Starborn? I'm gonna have words with that guy. You've both been to the Unity multiple times and been through. So you've done this in many places, right?
It means I've seen thousands of universes, collected their artifacts, been to their temples. You have a small taste of their power, but it keeps going.
Okay, so I can basically at the moment I'm becoming a Starborn, but once I've done it, I can kind of do it again and double down on the power. Is that what you're saying? Again and again and again. And I can see why you're talking about that being fulfilling to some extent, but also transitory in how fulfilling it is. But I can also see why I would want to stay in my original universe. But I don't see why Sarah's trying to keep people from finding the Unity. This doesn't seem right. I'm not like you.
You mean yet? Go through the Unity 1,000 times and you'll gain a better perspective. I have hopes for you. Higher hopes than the other members of Constellation. They all end up like the emissary.
You've never come this far. Not in all the universes I've seen. The path to the Unity is opening to you.
You're going to tip the scales one way or another. Better your hand be on one of our sides.
Hang on. So what you're saying is in thousands upon thousands of universes, I generally don't get to the Unity. It's normally either an Aquilus or a Sarah or possibly other member of Constellation, given what you're saying. So if I helped one of you, we combine our artifacts and enter the Unity, right?
Bingo.
I want a truce between all three of us. Give you some time to think over which approach to the Unity is the one you want. Mine, or the Hunter's.
Yes. Let's see how willing you are to live under someone else's rules. Just remember, one of us isn't trying to judge you.
Well, I don't think Sarah's trying to judge me. Yet. But I'm also not sold on her reasoning. Even though she is Sarah, she doesn't seem to be my Sarah.
I'll tell you everything I can.
The Unity is meant for whomever can get there. Don't fall for that talk of worthiness.
I'm kind of with you on that one, even though I've not even been there yet. It seems like surely if you can get there, you should be able to.
I know we are not the same people we met in our universes. Still, it is good to see you again, old friend.
Yeah.
The emissary and their kind only want to control you.
I mean, you say old friend.
I'm sure you have more questions. Ask.
We were more than friends, you see? So that's why I fear you will not understand what I think. So what exactly is the armillary? Is that kind of like the key to the Unity?
When all the artifacts are assembled, the device they create is called the armillary. In many ways, it's a model of the multiverse itself. Through it, you can reach the Unity. And from there, you can become Starborn.
Okay. And you're trying to keep them from being abused?
You've seen the terror the Hunter causes. Every time a Starborn goes through the Unity, they get more artifacts, find more temples, gain more power. We can't let more like him abuse these gifts to destroy whatever's in their way.
But aren't you doing the same thing? What are you proposing doing? Who was I to you in our universe?
Different. I never know who you are when I meet a new version, but so much of you stays the same. It's hard. But each universe is precious in its own way. Mine will never have its original you in it again, as yours won't have its real me.
Which worries me, that you're tainting my opinion, and so far I'm not loving what you're saying, because you're not explaining why you want to keep people from it. So what happens when you enter the Unity?
It's not an easy experience to describe, but the Unity will speak to you, offer you the chance to become Starborn. You will be leaving this universe behind to be reborn. Everything you were before will be gone. Maybe that's why it offers the choice. Compassion? Or is it testing us?
Right. So it offers me the chance to become a Starborn, essentially a duplicate me in another universe. But you want to stop people doing this because you want to make sure it's the right people? You want to police who goes through? Or are you going to offer it to people, or what? You're not giving me much reason to buy into this, Sarah. And you?
You might think the emissary is on your side, but your persistence is what forced them to tell you the truth. Remember that.
I do. And you call the emissary a hypocrite.
They enter the Unity, take artifacts from others, employ force. All the things I do. I am many things, but I would never tell anyone what to do with their gifts. That is your decision, not someone else's. The emissary wants to become the judge of who gets to enter, but the Unity itself doesn't judge.
Right, so anyone can go through the Unity, as you say. The Unity doesn't judge, but can only one person per entire universe go through? You know, what happens to the artifacts afterwards? Do they go back to their original place and someone can find them all over again? So many people could go through the Unity from one universe. Or can you go as a group? You know, can we have a group outing to the Unity? I mean, what the hell? So, after you attacked the lodge, you let me go. You kind of explained why, sort of, but embellish it for me.
To see what would happen, of course. You might not understand just how many times I've done this. Usually, you're the one who ends up dead, and whoever cries over your body goes on to become the emissary. Sometimes I manage to get you all bunched up and take care of the problem in one go. Sometimes the emissary has gotten to me first, and I never arrive. Hundreds and hundreds of variations of me, hacking through Constellation. And it's almost never you. You making it to your ship on your own. It's new. I took it as a sign. I don't get many of those anymore.
See, that's interesting, because you said that whoever cries over me becomes the emissary. So that means you'd already gone through the Unity and they kind of follow. And you two are chasing each other through the stars. Which sort of makes sense. But you've had this meeting because of me then. Because I'm unusual in the thousands of universes you've been through.
No, we always end up having this meeting at this time. But it's the usual affair. Can we make peace? No. Oh, how tragic. Honestly, I was beginning to wonder why I kept tending. That it's bad habit I started a long time ago. Perhaps I just like meeting the emissary to gloat. But you have provided something quite new to talk about. Maybe you're a random die roll. Or maybe the Unity is finally responding to all my hard work.
Interesting. So, I mean, I think I know why you attacked us. You wanted the artifacts.
I've simply found that it's the quickest way. Talking, forming alliances, waiting for the right moment to commit theft. It's all so tiresome. I'll admit, you getting away has been the most interesting thing to happen in quite some time. As soon as I realized what had happened, I knew I needed to wait until this meeting with the emissary to decide what to do about you.
And what is the Unity to you?
Whoever created the artifacts and built those temples is playing a game with us. One whose prize is access to the center of all creation. There are no rules. Whoever gets all the pieces wins. And I've won. Over and over. I don't kill for the Unity. I find the easiest pathway to it.
But I still don't understand if only one of you gets to go through, or if you follow each other. It's kind of unclear. Like, what happens to the artifacts after you make them into the armillary seems to me almost like they go back to where they come from and then the person can go through again.
I know we are not
Nothing
the
new to
same
say?
people we met in our universes. Still, it is good to see you again, old friend.
Okay. So, because if only one person from any universe could get through... Sorry, I'm just going to have a nose round while my brain's pondering this. Then, there could feasibly be two people in one universe. That would be fine. But it would seem unlikely, and you could end up with the hunter. It would seem... questionable.
Before you leave, I want to give you something. A way to another artifact, but also a lesson in how dangerous they can be. Seek the moon of old Earth. There are secrets there you must discover for yourself. Here, to open the way.
Okay. So, the Earth's moon in the solar system.
Yes. I will say no more.
Okay. Fine. I'll see what I can find on the moon. Yep. No, I can see why they're saying that. I'll just say thank you. All I ever wanted was answers.
And I am sorry we have not always been forthcoming. I hope you will see what I have seen. You should also talk to your colleagues in Constellation. I am sure they have gathered more information on the remaining artifacts in the fringes of space. Part of me wonders what they will all say about what you have learned. But I will leave that to you.
Oh yeah. Okay, I got a bunch of rare things and the moon-based key. So, that was interesting. I think I'm going to have to go and speak to Aquilus as well on the way back and just see what he has to say on the matter. Though having undocked here, it's awfully tempting. They both seem as bad as each other. She still let it happen, despite the fact I'd be killing my... well, not my Sarah, but a Sarah. If it wasn't for the fact that I know a version of Sarah is on board the Scorpius, I would be so tempted to attack it right now. I don't know what that would do, but I'm tempted. But no, I will head back to Jemison. Okay, I keep getting told that Yumi's got more work for me, but we're back on Jemison and I've decided before I head to the lodge, I want to go ask Keeper Aquilus if he's a Starborn. I feel like this will answer a question about how many people can go through. There's someone in there with him. Does Barrett have anything to say about this situation?
Hey, now the party can get started. Finally.
No, he doesn't. Okay.
I'm here if you need me.
So let's
say
just
the word.
Talk to Aquilus.
Is there anything I can help with?
Yeah, have you been demoted? Has
first
someone
jump.
stolen your sheep? See,
It changes you, unlocks something within you.
who's
Have
Thomas?
you felt it?
Aquilus, can we talk?
Did you find it? Your answers? I haven't had a chance to talk about all the truths of Unity in quite some time.
Well, yeah, but are you a Starborn? You're the hunter.
Unfortunately, I need to maintain my habit of saying yes and no. Are you really Starborn if you're not hunting for the artifacts? When you stop racing toward glimpsing the Unity? They may have no unified culture, but rituals persist that make all Starborn who they are. And am I really the hunter anymore? Can you call all of us the same man? Every version through every universe? At what point do we have the right to our individuality?
Holy crap, you are Starborn. So, is he on the path to be you, or are you on the path to be him? You said you're not the hunter anymore. I mean, mind blown. Look, I'd trust a man of peace over the bloodthirsty killer any day.
That's only sensible. He's not a maniac. Or maybe he just hides it well.
I appreciate that. But there is a part of my other self I recognize in me. Jumping between universes gives you a chance to start again. And we all have regrets. Anyway, if you do get to the Unity, I hope you keep our conversations in mind. Figure out your own truth and hold on to it. It could end up being the only constant you have amidst the infinite worlds that will stretch out before you.
Ooh, that's interesting. I mean, how many universes have you been to?
That's actually a difficult question to answer. There was a time when I just stopped counting. I didn't care anymore. Only touching the infinite again mattered. But as my need for answers deepened, my pace slowed. I began to take in more. Sometimes I would try to share my experiences with others. It was a long time until I realized this is where I belonged. In this universe, building the sanctum.
You are the pilgrim, aren't you? So, have you been trying to push the sanctum's view on Unity to match the actual Unity?
Which one is the actual Unity, the concept, or the nexus between universes? The fact that a real center point between us all exists makes me believe more strongly that something greater is out there.
Wow, you...
The sanctum will always be here for those who seek it.
Okay.
Some folks never feel it. That connection to the universe you only get from grab jumping. Honestly, I wish I could show them what they're missing.
Sorry, man. Are you privy to this?
You know, there are folks I sometimes see only once every few years. In between, they're just out there.
I mean, I am mind blown here.
There's so many mysteries in the universe, so many unknowns that I try to help out others whenever I get the chance.
Okay. You have nothing additional to say.
I'll go with you.
Okay, so he actually admitted he was a Starborn. And that he's been to many universes. And that in the past he was basically the hunter to some extent. How old is he? He seems to be the pilgrim as well. Mind blown. I need to go back to the lodge, but that's going to have to be next time. So, thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe as always, and join us again next time. Thanks a lot.